Awesome. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Ultimate No Prep Challenge. Bare bones crew today. We got myself and, of course, the returning Nicolas. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing fine.
Awesome.
A cold day, but it's a nice day.
Yeah, buddy. Cool. So we are doing something a little bit new. We're not using Easy D6 today. We're going to be using a special Ultimate No Prep unofficial RPG that we've kind of put together. It is a D100 system, and if folks out there are familiar with things like Hack 100 or the Kome system and other simple bare bones D100 stuff, this will look very familiar. So we have 7 broad categories of skills. We have body, finesse, aware, intellect, will, ingenuity, and social. Then we have 3 combat. So melee, ranged, and defend. Super bare bones, super basic. Not really getting too in the weeds with extra stuff. And we're sort of doing this mostly on the fly. I actually didn't have a character sheet set up, so Nicolas was kind enough to sort of whip something together really, really fast, which is really cool. So we have our skill ratings up at the top, a wide spread, all different kinds, and basically the way that we do specializations. If your character is really good at something, you add a plus 20 to your skill score when making rolls for that specialization.
And to clarify, it's up to me to kind of just go with the feeling of knowing my character.
Yep.
Or
yeah, okay. It's because no prep is supposed to lend itself to a wide variety of different genres and themes and settings. We don't want to get too in the weeds with this is exactly what your character can do. So yeah, plus 20 to whatever you're good at, which is great. So core mechanic, dead simple, roll D100 under your skill rating. Bonuses and penalties apply to the rating, not the dice. Criticals, you roll within the top 10% of your skill, rounded up. So if you have a 60 in something, if you roll a 6 or lower, you succeed with a critical success. Fumbles, of course, rolling a 99 or 100. That's, plain and simple, classic BRP type stuff.
Chance, yeah.
And opposed rolls. So in events when there are binds between characters, sort of a struggle, each person rolls for their respective skill, and the winner takes it. I meant to make an amendment on the draw rules for that. So if the 2 players draw, I think we're going to say the person who initiated the action
gets to go
wins by default. And of course, yes.
Finish your thought.
Oh, I was just going to say criticals are better than standard successes. Standard successes are better than standard failures, and standard failures are better than fumbles.
So I just roll within the top 10% of your skill, rounded up. So can you go by that again? Like if I have a 50 here and I roll a 51, it counts as a critical? What?
No. So I should probably rewrite that because there's a much easier way to put it. If you roll at or under the number in the tens place on your skill, that's a critical. So for a 60, if you roll a 6 or lower, that's a critical success. If you have a 50, you roll a 5 or lower, that's a critical success.
Wait. So if my target number is 50 and I roll less than 50, it's a critical?
No, if you roll 5 or less.
I see.
Yeah, so 10% of 50. Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, 10% of 50 is 5. So Yeah.
It's because math. It's because you're asking me to do math,
Yeah.
but I understand
Yeah.
now. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, it's less words to say within the top 10%. But if you just look, if your total roll is under the tens place,
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah,
then you have
I
a
got you.
critical success. Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah,
And the hits, you want to talk about like how you're gonna work with like health. If we get to, like maybe the tone won't even have like
Mhm.
combat, but I think it should
Sure.
be talked about anyway.
Sure. So the way that health will work, we're ripping it off from EZD6 because it's simple enough. It's a strike system. So we actually have. I kind of like that you put hits / health because we do have options. But the way that the strikes will work, you have yes. So your total strikes will equal the tens place of your body score. So if you have a 50 in body, you have 5 strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Most attacks do 1 strike of damage, um, and of course, using common sense, if you have a gun to your head, you're gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a knife to your throat, you're not surviving that. But most attacks will do 1 strike of damage. We can get into the weeds kind of later on down the line if we find that, if we want to do like if you have an excessively high melee skill or something, you can do more strikes per day. Or I don't know. We'll play with it. Magic, we don't really ever do magic in 4D. At least I haven't yet. But instead of doing a great list of spells, your the difficulty or the effect that you're trying to achieve determines the difficulty. So simple effects, I want to say it is. What did I have it as?
So simple is 70. I mean,
roll. Roll. You have to roll under 70.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it under because I'm gonna get confused with that. Okay. Intermediate.
Intermediate, you have to roll. Yep, roll under 50.
Oh no, there's not stabilizing. It's just that, right? It's just 3. And then you got expert.
Oh
Actually.
yeah. So simple, intermediate. I think I had
and godly.
Yeah,
godlike.
Expert and then godlike. Yeah.
Okay. If we get to there,
expert should be 20 or 20. I put 25.
25.
I changed it.
Under 25.
And then godlike is 5. You have to roll under 5 in order to do a godlike.
I'm gonna just write target number.
That works. All right, I just did the lesser than symbol.
Mm-hmm. So it's because when I look at the lesser than and greater than, I have to take like 3 seconds to rationalize. That's me. That's not a problem with the system. Okay.
Cool.
And as far as the GM goes, right, it's kind of the same thing, right? But you do have like a thing for like NPCs, right? Like a simplification.
Yeah. So it's I'm ripping it off from this book I have right here, Blood Junkies, by our very own Space Roadie. Basically, how he does it is your NPCs have a level, ranging. I think what he put in there was like ranging from 5 to 80. Oh goodness, where did I put it? Yes. Non-player characters don't need a stat block. Each NPC has a level from 1 to 80. You can roll, you just make your rolls using that one number. Easy NPCs are level 40. Average is about 60. And dangerous are level 80. So on any rolls you make for that NPC, just think broad strokes, 80, 60, or 40.
That's I need to write that. Mm-hmm. So broad strokes, right? We have like average guy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then
that is 60.
Okay. Average 60.
And then the minion, kind of your low level guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it even under it. Minion would be
40.
40.
And then
Okay.
your boss, your big bad guys would be 80.
Big bad guy. 80.
Cool. And their strikes. So strikes range from 1 to 3. Minions have 1 strike. Average has 2. Big bad has 3. Big bad evil guys. Not big bad.
Yeah.
And you can, I mean, of course, if you have like a super ridiculously uber strong guy, you can give him more. But that's
bump
just
it
kind
up
of
like
broad
2
strokes.
points. So yeah, okay.
But if you're 80% of the time succeeding at your rolls, there's a pretty good chance that you're laying the smacketh down, so to speak.
Yeah, just testing my. Okay.
Cool. Sweet.
We can close my thing. Do you want me to send you a copy of this?
Please, that would be very, very,
very
yeah.
awesome. I'll send it off in the Discord as you bring up the wheel. So you wanna? It's pretty much a 50-50 chance, right? The coin cost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It would just be where's it at?
Oh wait, I did not save it correctly. I need to save the thing again.
There it is. Alrighty. Boom. I'm not even gonna mess with the far left. So last time we did Mundane Ancient. Really interesting game. It was a lot of fun. Austin, Adept Austin hopped in, ran that one. It was his first time doing an UnPC with us, so that was a really cool thing to have him. Would you like to just roll a D4, I guess? I'll take odds, you take evens.
Fair enough. Let's go. Wait. Who took what?
I took odds. You took evens.
So this is me, right?
Yeah. You'll be running this one. Sweet.
Okay. Do you want me to kind of? Well, you directed the whole stream.
No, you're good, brother. It's all good. I'll go ahead and roll a D20 to see our setting. 11. Dreamscape. Yes. Okay. I've been looking forward to this one. I've been looking forward to this one for a long, long time.
Okay. So we're talking like Dreamscape. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk more maybe after tone.
Yeah. So the way that I think of Dreamscape, this is just me. You could go kind of like the LSD trip way, but the way that I think about it is, the characters are just regular everyday people, and then things start to happen in their regular everyday lives that are strange. So I think of it like the Wizard of Oz. Dorothy's just this regular girl, and she gets whisked away into this fantastical place, and all these things happen. Or you have like you've seen Jumanji.
Yeah, it's funny because like I usually have like lots of weird dreams, and these dreams, it's strange because they have very set rules, and I know when I'm visiting a place I visited before in one of my dreams, and I know like they have like specific, the universe works in a certain way. This is gonna it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So like,
and we could do it like it's just a regular dream. Like you don't remember how you got there. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I guess the tone has
because
a lot to do
I feel like
that.
there can be a bit of contrast there, depending on whatever. Like,
imagine we get mundane again.
Yeah, like you
Just
have
a
to go
regular
back to
day.
school. Like
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
to do school
And
again. That's
you're just not wearing clothes or something,
uh,
So do you want to roll the d8?
yeah, survival.
Survival.
So it's like a Nightmare in Elm Street kind of deal,
I dig that.
right?
All right. I'm actually going to write that down.
So okay, well, let's talk a little bit more about the whole concept. So survival dreamscape. So maybe we start with your guy, because if it's a dream, I guess it needs to relate
Mhm.
to your guy in a way, right?
I would say, get this here. I think my guy is. I think he's like an accountant
Yeah.
for some like mega corporation. Like he lives in the suburbs and just has a wife, a couple kids. He's starting to go bald, like he's starting to get older. Seeing the signs of aging slowly show up on him and that sort of thing. If that makes any sense?
hmm So we are going with like a more modern, at least the guy. I mean, it's dreamscape, so time doesn't really matter as much. But the guy itself is like
Mhm.
from 21st century.
Yeah, that's what I imagine. Just a regular
Okay.
average Joe. In
Then
fact, that'll
how will you
be his
translate like his skills, and if he's such an average guy?
Sure. Maybe it could do like maybe he's very smart. Like he has a very high intellect. Maybe he likes to read. Like he just reads a lot of books. Oh, maybe
hmm
his life is so boring that books are his only way to escape from the mundanity of life.
Uh-huh.
And it's like the stories he's reading are infiltrating his dreams or something like that.
hmm All right. Do you have a name for him?
I'm gonna go. His name is Joe.
Every day, man.
Joe Everyday.
I don't know. He's already an average guy. The
Yeah,
average Joe.
Joe Ever. Okay, I'll do this.
Is every day? His name's gonna be every day.
Joe
Every
Everyday.
every day. Oh, okay. It kind of sounds a bit nicer than I
Yeah.
thought it would. When I was just joking about it.
All right. He will have. I'll do intellect of
So
60.
maybe we want to talk about this, but is this like if you die in the dream, you die in real life?
I was thinking about that. I kind of
Maybe we leave up to interpretation. Like let's just see
sure
where things fall.
we, we could do if he wakes up, like if he dies, he wakes up, but the dream infiltrates real life or something. I don't know. That might be going a bit too far.
Let's you know what? Let's go a little bit blind, because I feel like that will help into like the
Sure.
weirdness.
Yeah, yeah.
So Joe Everyday, Mr. Everyday. So I guess, I mean, I'll leave it up to you, but I guess magic is more feasible in this scenario,
Sure.
because maybe it's how
Mhm.
much you can exert your will onto the reality that is manifesting in your dream.
Yeah. He has. Oops, 3 strikes. Special. Okay. Cool. All right. Joe Everday.
Joe Everday. Anything
Yep.
else? Or
I like the idea of magic being possible. That'd be sort of interesting. I guess. I mean, of course, like in true dream fashion, I'll sort of be flying blind. Um,
yeah,
'Cause, you never
if you
really, you never.
fail, I'll make like something related to that you try to do, but it will come about like distorted in a way.
Okay.
Like I don't know. I mean, I don't want to derail too much, but usually in dreams, when you realize your dream and you try to like do something specific, you focus on it. Sometimes it works, but not the way you want. Like it
Mhm.
works halfway. But
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got my stuff ready.
Mine ready. Sophie, here we go.
Okay.
I
Do
am.
we?
I'm ready when you are, brother.
Okay, I want to do just one last thing.
Sure. Yeah, no, go for it, man.
Uh,
I think I want to say Dreamscape. I think works best with a one-on-one group because
actually, yeah, it might be auspicious after
yeah,
all.
I think it makes the most sense.
Very well. Ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
First silence, and then a dreadful ringtone.
With a with the sound of breaking glass, my eyes open. I lift myself up on the bed, slap my hand on top of the alarm clock.
First slap misses.
Groggily give it a couple more slaps. Look at the time. Wipe sleep from my eyes.
Time says 6:45. To your left, a woman wearing a sleep mask, drool running from her mouth. She's breathing heavily, almost snoring.
I smirk at her and slowly take the blanket off of myself, sliding my silky legs, wearing fine silk pajamas. I step into some slippers and slowly stretch to my feet. Begin
Some
to walk towards the bathroom.
slow humming from inside the house, as similar to that of a fan. The bathroom is cold. Humidity is condensing a bit on the walls.
I walk over towards the toilet and reach for the window that's open and slide it back down. Sort of rub my arms a little bit. Turn back around uh, towards the mirror.
A little bit of condensation. The mirror is a bit wet. A few droplets on it.
I think to myself, kids must have left it open. I grab the towel hanging on a rack, a little hand towel, begin to the mirror.
this mid center now clean. A little bit of splashes of dried toothpaste on a glass. A bit dirty.
It sort of streaks as I wipe it and set it down. Start digging around for my toothbrush and say, as I begin to get ready to brush my teeth, I'm thinking about the day and different accounts and reports that I need to fill out and brushing my teeth and going at it.
From the living room, the sound of the TV being turned on, undescribable, muffled voices.
I sort of roll my eyes. I think to myself, I get that it's summertime, but come on, y'all. At least wait until the noise begins. I kneel down and spit out the toothpaste and to clean
A
up.
clink on the basin of the sink.
I hear the sound, feel around, cutting on the water, washing away the spittle, looking for what made that sound.
A tooth with its root blackened.
I immediately start going around with my tongue in my mouth, feeling, and then my finger utter bewilderment on my face. I grab the tooth.
Its root is rotting away.
What in the? I know I needed a root canal, but not that bad. I quickly step over to the door of the bathroom and look at my wife, who's sort of getting up herself. I say, "Honey, remind me to call Dr. Neville about the I just had a tooth fall out. Can you believe that?"
Rubbing her eyes, removing the mask, hair all over the place. Well, of course, you keep eating trash all day. I told you. You should take more care of your health.
I kind of scoff at her. Oh, come on, babe. Like, not this bad. And I set the tooth on a dresser nearby the door. Can you see what Junior's watching? I got to get ready for work. I start walking towards the closet.
The sound of the TV gets louder, unreasonably louder for this early in the morning. Your wife stands up, mumbling to herself, and leaves the bedroom.
I close the door behind me, getting away from the blaring noise. They're gonna go deaf if they keep listening to the TV like that. As I'm swiping through white shirt after white shirt.
The TV suddenly stops. There's silence in the whole building.
A wave of peace fills my mind as I slip on my white shirt, begin buttoning it up, grab a tie off the rack, and just kind of drape it over my neck. My trousers on the ground. I walk over and slip those on. Start making my way towards the hallway to go to the living room.
Pure silence. Your steps even echo a bit.
Walking in, see the widescreen television, looking around for my family.
The the room is a bit messy. The everyday usage. Nobody inside. There's some toys on the sofa.
My eyes scan around. Um, Honey, and I begin to walk forward, and I trip over a toy monster truck, narrowly catching myself, at least attempting to. I trip and fall, busting my uh, face on the ground. I told you all to pick your toys up when you're done playing. I start to pick myself up.
There's a drop of blood on the carpet.
Mother. Honey, a dish rag as I'm standing up, hand on my mouth.
Still no answer. Pure silence.
I continue walking into the kitchen. Where is everyone?
There's a bright neon green post-it on the fridge door.
Grab a paper towel, holding it to my face. Turn around to open the fridge and pull off the post-it and read it.
Went to visit mom, took the kids.
Set it down. Didn't know she was going to do that today. Well, I guess I'll have to make do myself. I pull the fridge door to look inside.
The everyday food and drinks inside, some leftovers from yesterday. A half-eaten bowl of cereal with a spoon still inside of it.
I grab the cereal bowl, the now very soggy Fruit Loops, set it on the counter, shut the door. Well, Mr. Everyday, you have done it again. I lift the spoon to my mouth and begin eating.
Tung, 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 tung. Something sleeps under the door.
I clang the spoon back in the bowl, walk towards the door, see what was slid underneath.
A brown envelope.
I reach down and pick it up, and I open the door, stare down both sides of the street.
Completely empty. Not even parked cars outside. Not even birds. Nothing.
Think to myself, finally some peace and quiet. Not even that darn dog next door is making any noise. Slam the door shut, turning my attention to the brown envelope, walking back towards the kitchen.
And there's no nothing written or stamped on the envelope.
I finger inside the top end and rip it open. Peer inside.
you white sheet letter folded inside.
Take the letter out, set the envelope, and begin to unfold it. Spoon of cereal. Throw it back down.
There is a black and white picture of your face on the letter on the paper.
I scan the details of the picture, first taken aback, but paying special attention to the age of myself in the picture, trying to decipher when the picture was taken.
That's a
Success.
95.
That's a success. That's an S. Sorry, there should be 00.
Picture is taken from you in the morning. You were wearing the same pajamas as you were just a minute ago.
It's like looking into a mirror. The subtle trail of white foam from the toothpaste still on my cheek. I begin to look, rubbing the edge of the paper to see if there are multiple pages in this letter.
Yeah, a page underneath with just the square edge of some other picture below it.
I flip the page and try to get a better view of the full picture.
This other picture, black and white, printed from regular office paper. A picture of you when you were a kid, maybe 12 or 13 years old. Taken from an angle, as if taken from very far, hidden.
My mind gives pause, trying to piece together what it is I'm seeing. I set both pictures down. I quickly begin to turn to run back towards the bathroom. What is going on? I bust into the bathroom, look at the mirror, large mirror spanning the entire wall. I lean over the counter, try to pull this heavy mirror off the wall. It's not budging.
The mirror, in a sudden burst, millions of pieces glittering the air. There's a black void behind the wall.
My arms instinctively raise up to cover my eyes from the glass shards, my ears sort of ringing from the sudden noise. I first look at the mess, quietly cursing to myself. And I look.
Floor is littered with glass dust and it's tiny edged pieces of glass.
My eyes go up and I see this void. My eyes dance to all of the corners, looking for any sort of glint of light or reflection or anything that would indicate depth. And I find nothing. It's a void. I turn towards the tub, carefully avoiding glass in my slippered feet. I grab a bar of soap, turn back around to face the void.
The broken glass crunching on every adjustment step you take.
Bar of soap in hand, I sort of haphazardly toss it at the void.
Tum, 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 tum. It kicks a few times. It skips a few times. The noise echoing at the same level of the bathroom floor.
What is happening right now? My brain, I think for a second, trying to rationalize the situation. And though it's strange, it seems feasible. I tighten my belt and finish buttoning up my shirt. The tie still kind of draped around. And I slowly climb onto the toilet. And I step onto the counter. And I step into the void.
The void floor feels wet. And now echoing this wet, slappy thud. Firm ground, though.
I begin walking, sort of testing the space above me as I stand up straight.
No sign of walls or ceiling.
I look back at the opening behind me, turn back around to look at the void.
Behind you, where the bathroom once was, there's nothing. The void fully envelops you.
I shut my eyes and I open them again. I shut them and then open them once more. There's
Wheel.
Success.
Also opening your eyes, right ahead, there is a lamppost, the only source of light in this void, standing a few paces up ahead.
Quickly, I start rushing towards it, starting slowly, but then picking up my pace.
Your steps echoing, and then soon after, another set of steps mirroring yours, echoing from behind.
As I get closer to the lamppost, hearing this echoing set of footsteps, I quickly peer back behind myself, looking for what could make this noise.
A whitish figure, now running on all fours, looks naked, breathing heavily, approaching you.
I begin to run faster. I begin to pick up my pace, my heart pounding in my chest, sprinting, heavily breathing everything I can to get to this lamppost. The only thing in my head is light equals safety.
The steps getting louder and louder. and the breathing almost on your neck. The lamppost within arm's reach now.
I reach out for it again, still pounding the ground with my feet as hard as I can, trying to reach it.
Your hand touches the lamppost, and almost as if you got shocked, you feel your whole body shaking it, though it doesn't hurt. The void is replaced with a sterile office building in a blink of an eye.
Returning from the jolt, my heart's still echoing in my chest. I look at the... I've got to stop drinking coffee before going to bed. Oh my goodness, and I begin to look around for my cubicle.
A few meters up ahead, some sound of typing, printing machines going to be heard in the office. Some people with their backs turned to you, walking away into a hallway. Some with longer hair.
I approach my buddy Kevin's cubicle. Kevin in IT. As I approach, I say, "Kevin, buddy, did you catch the game last night?"
He turns around with a big smile on his face. Oh man, I couldn't. I had to help the wife with moving furniture, and you know how it is. He shrugs.
Yeah, no, man. Hey, it's what they say: happy wife, happy life. Hey, we'll talk about it later, okay? As I continue walking towards where my cubicle is.
Your cubicle. There's some police tapes, yellow, black and white striped police tapes blocking the entrance. There's a few cones, like road cones, in the front of it.
Seeing this, I sort of turn back to look at everyone and say, "Oh, haha, I get it. Because I killed it in the last sales report, right?" And my hand goes to swipe the police tape away and start to clean up the place.
It gives away easily. There are little tags with numbers on a pencil and a half drink, a cup of coffee.
Start to ball up the tape, set it in my already tiny enough trash can, sit down at my desk and sort of rotate in front of my computer.
Computer turns on, taking long as usual. It's old office computers.
As the Windows 8 startup sound plays, I'm gathering the placards, the evidence placards, and what do those guys think of next? I start to flip through some manila folders on my in my desk tray.
Computer soon turns on, and the first page is your office email page. 5,035 unread messages.
Ooh, it is a Monday, and I sort of slide the keyboard towards me and go, "All right, let's get started." I start to hack away at the mountain of emails.
Some of them are spam, others are people responding to other emails, and you get auto send these emails. The top one is from your boss. It's written in large caps, urgent.
My brow furls. I go, that can't be good. I sort of chuckle to myself, click on it.
The usual formal greetings. Today, Joe Everday has been chosen as the target. Everyone who brings his head to my office will get a hefty promotion.
I scroll up and down through the email.
There's his signature, digital signature, and everything. As official as it can get.
I look at the calendar. It's not April. What is going on here? I scoot my chair back and I stand up and say, "Is this some kind of? Is this along with the evidence tape prank? What's going on, y'all?" Sit back down.
Janice, her high heels echoing. Dum, dum, dum. Joe?
I stand up. Somebody call for me?
Holding a computer CPU, Janice hurls it at you. Yeah!
I, seeing her rear back, I try to swiftly duck down. But am struck by this computer tower. I sort of wheel back in my chair. Janice, what? I push it off of me. What are you doing?
Screaming like a banshee. With both hands extended, trying to go for your neck. She stumbles.
My arm is in front of me to stop her, and I try to shove her back, and I push her back out of the way.
Her hair arching as she stumbles backwards. She hits her head on a fire extinguisher. It thuds like a sack of potatoes on the floor. Soon after, a blood puddle starts forming from around her head.
With a curse, I rush over and say, "Oh my gosh, Janice, talk to me!" As I'm sort of trying to slap her face and wake her up. Are you okay? Oh gosh, get I'm hollering out commands and telling people to get EMS. Call the nurse.
Brandon standing up from on top of the cubicle walls, bloodshot eyes looking at you, walking with intention, going around the cubicles, trying to walking towards your direction. Looks mad.
I slowly stand to my feet and I say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" My hands out in front of me. Brandon, hey, look, it was an accident. She was coming at me. I didn't know what to do.
As he turns around the huge block of cubicles, he's holding a hockey stick in his hand. He's like has a vein popping on his brow.
My hand instinctively reaches behind me and I hold on to the fire extinguisher. And when he approaches close enough, without a thought, my arm swings around and tries to swing it at him. Success. Or I'm sorry, no, that's a failure. Or no, that is
Quickly,
that's a success. Sorry.
bam! His head 360 around. Fracture bone popping from his broken neck as he falls limp on the floor as well. Echoing from the whole city block.
I stare at the fire extinguisher in my hand. I'm looking around at other
Fire
people.
extinguisher bent.
I look at the other people who are standing and all giving me the same dead-eyed stare. Oh, hey! You saw it. He was coming at me with that hockey stick. I was just trying to defend. What is? And I drop it. I'm looking for an exit, looking for the nearest exit to start running towards.
To your right, circa 10 meters away, right after a potted plant, an entrance that takes to the corridors and the elevator or staircase. Everyone in unison gives one step ahead towards you.
Feeling the same fear that I had when the skinny white creature was barreling towards me. Another adrenaline rushes through my heart, and I bolt towards that door.
Please roll. Body or yes, I'm not really sure.
Success.
Leaving the two bodies behind. Now in unison. Got him! They start running.
As I barrel through the door, my feet start clacking on the stairs. I look down at my feet, now wearing my average dress shoes. Don't even give it a second thought. Walking down, and I continue to go down the stairs.
The sounds of the whole crowd getting far and farther and farther and farther. Only your sneaker shoes echoing on the big staircase. The office building once again seems empty.
Shutting the door behind me, grab a latch, and I flip it locked, looking around at the empty room.
One person is standing away with their back towards you, looking into a large window. The siren is still going wild outside.
Slowly, cautiously approaching, I say, "Hey, there's something going on upstairs. I don't know what is wrong. Are the paramedics coming? Ambulance? Anyone? Are you hearing me?"
Turns around. It's Joe Everyday. He looks confused, flabbergasted. He's like looking into your eyes. Huh?
My eyes shut again, and I open them back up. They shut once more, and I open them back up.
Is backing away, almost like a scared animal. What are you? What is this?
Keeping my distance from him, I'm looking around, say, I'm not going to hurt you. I promise. What's your name?
why do you look like me? An
I'm
exact
s-
copy of you.
I slowly, step by step, sort of circumvent around, keeping a radius. I say, I'm not exactly sure. Or
Why?
are you me?
He still is back against the glass window. He starts sliding down. Now sitting on the floor, breathing in heavy, missing a tooth, front row tooth. Why do you look like that? His voice trembling, almost holding back, crying, tears.
I
Why do I
put my
look
hand
like
to,
that?
I put my hand to my mouth, feeling the same gap in my teeth.
Your skin feels jagged.
I feel my face.
The texture is all wrinkly with bumps and sharp edges.
I quickly approach the large windows as I try to catch my reflection in the glass.
You look contorted with teeth growing from your face, patches of skin as rough as rhino's leather, shirtless, bony fingers, pasty white skin.
Looking at my figure, my form. Again, my eyes shut and they open. I shut them once more, trying to feel that same jolt that I had before. My eyes open. My hand looks normal. I look at the mirror, or the
Some wailing from your left where you, the other you, once was.
I catch the reflection in the window of my other self looking back at it.
Now, the other you looks all wrong with bony fingers and ghoul-like skin with teeth growing on his face, covering as if hurt his face, is wailing back and forth and crying to himself.
I slowly turn back around, looking to this creature.
Mumbling
As
something to himself.
I slowly begin to approach, sort of taking in the form, trying to rationalize what this is.
It looks tortured. Now laying on the floor in fetal position, trembling every now and then, twitching, shaking.
With an outstretched hand, I begin to walk towards it. I drape the tie off of my neck. I rest a hand on his shoulder. I say, "What is your name?"
Without turning away to look at you, cold skin, almost like marble. Joe.
Joe. I stand up. I look at the tie in my hand. I drop it to the ground. Looking around, keeping a good metric of where this other Joe is while searching for an exit.
The glass windows, the once blue morning skies, are now turning orange. Late afternoon. The exit from the same place you entered in this room.
I think to myself, I gotta get home. I I gotta get back to my wife and my kids. Joe,
Suddenly,
I'm terribly sorry. I have to go, and I begin to make towards the exit.
his voice getting distant. It's your fault. It's your fault. From outside the corridor you enter in your car,
I check my pockets and I, oh, thank the Lord, pull out my key, fumbling, trying to get the fob to unlock. I pull the door.
still from the room you once was. It's all your fault. It's always your fault. The car smells old.
As the voice echoes in my head, I'm taken aback. Distant memories of being a young child fill my head, and I try to push those away as I continue on. Success. Pushing away those broken memories, I put the key in the ignition and try to crank it to life.
Car obeys you. Where there should be another set of doors, a garage ramp upwards.
I throw it into gear and lay heavy on the gas.
The tire sings. The deep orange sky is now black. Only the street lights. No person, no people, no animals. Some buildings have their lights on.
I veer out onto the main street. Um, no traffic, no other people. Bewildered and still fighting the echoes of the cries back in the office, I begin to zoom back towards my house.
In a few seconds, your house right in front of you. The garage half open, the garage door.
Veering into the driveway. In a flash, I slam on the brakes, throw it into park, turn off the key. Open the door, step out, start approaching the front door.
There's not a single star on the sky. There's light. The house lights are on. some mosquitoes trying to heat some lamps. Moss.
I start approaching the front door. Then I see the garage door is half opened. I pause, begin to slowly creep my way towards the garage.
Lights are off. Cold. Smell of oil and other cleaning supplies.
I crouch down, climbing underneath the door. I stand to my feet, arm in the air, waving, looking for the pull chain for the light in here.
It slaps the back of your hand, the chain.
I wrap my hand around it, and with the pull the chain.
The garage seems as usual. Well, the sound of cutlery and plates and light talking coming from inside the house. Your wife and your kids' voice can be heard.
Hearing the subtle warmth of my wife's voice, I center myself. I start walking towards the door to lead into the house. I click the button for the garage door to try to get it to close all the way.
Closes.
I open up the house door and step inside and say, "You will not believe the day that I had."
Your son with a plate full of pasta in front of him. He has a few car Hot Wheel toys on top of the table. Does not pay any attention to you. Your wife can be heard in the kitchen talking to someone.
I start making my way towards the table, and I look at my son. I say, "Hey, bud, did you have a good day?"
Still playing with his cars in front of his plate. Does not answer you. Does not see you.
I look over to the other side of the table and see my daughter's plate. The small pink plastic Disney princesses on it. I begin to continue towards the kitchen.
In the kitchen, your wife is standing in front of the cooktop. There's a man beside her.
My eyes narrow and say, "Oh, honey, I didn't know we were expecting company today. Sorry, I would have been home sooner."
They continue on talking as if you were not there. They talking about plans for the weekend.
I approach my wife. I reach out to touch a hand on her shoulder, saying, "Honey."
Your hand phases through. They're now talking about getting a dog. Now in hushed voices. She says, "Speak low. It needs to be a surprise for Junior."
without a second thought, I try to reach for her again, and my hand again phases through.
She quivers a bit, like, oh, goosebump, and they have a quick chuckle together.
I look past her at the man that she's talking to, get a good view of his face.
A very handsome face, familiar but strange at the same time.
I think to myself, who is this man? Trying to put the puzzle pieces together. My intellect. Success.
A teenagehood friend of yours went to school with you. You were close, always exceeded in everything.
I, with a look of recognition, I go, Derek. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you since high school. How are you doing, friend?
They now get both of them carrying a pot, walking back to the table, to the dining room. Walk through you.
I instinctively step back to try to get out of their way, but as they pass through me, I pause for a moment, trying to rationalize everything. I turn around to look at them.
There's you feel that there is a lump in your stomach region, a bit under the shirt.
I, feeling this lump, panic begins to set in, and I rip the buttons on my shirt to see what's underneath.
Some buttons fall down. Something under your skin looks like a tiny face.
I, fear gripping my spirit, I sort of step back, looking at this thing. I walk towards the kitchen drawer, and I try to reach for one of the drawers to open it up.
It slides open, the inertia dragging some knives and forks along with it.
I grab a shiny steak knife and I hold it to my stomach. And with emotion, I swipe it across where the lump is.
The skin heaves away as if being pressured. It's the face of the emaciated creature, the you creature, but smaller, eyes closed, the size of the palm of your hand.
With surprise, I drop the knife and fall down, sort of sliding back against the wall. I thud against it. Again, my eyes shut. And they open back up. Once again, my eyes shut with everything in me, my head pounding. And I open them again. And this thing is still before me.
Its eyes now open one at a time. The face contorts Your muscles feel it as it turns around to face you. The same voice from before, your voice but pained. Your fault. It was you.
I look at this thing. And my head starts to shake. No, see, it wasn't my fault. He had been working all day. I I was just playing in the car. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. My eyes start darting for the knife, looking around for it.
Creature now, the face crying. It's you, you weak, useless pile of excrement. You can never do anything right.
I keep repeating to myself, not my fault, not my fault, not my fault. He was drinking, not my fault. He shouldn't have driven home, and not my fault, not my fault.
You deserve this. The tears becoming blood, black blood.
My own tears streaming down my face. It wasn't my fault. Wasn't my fault. My fingers slowly creeping towards the knife. Fingers, hand gripping on it with a white knuckled grip.
Tiny fingers from the face now, from the wound of your belly, stretching the skin, trying to get out.
With a final burst of willpower, clarity fills my mind, and I say, it wasn't my fault. As I turn the blade and plunge it into the creature. Success.
But it feels like a sharp pain, and suddenly a shift of tone, of color, of thermic sensation. Your bedroom in the dark.
As my eyes pop awake, cold sweat running down my brow, heavy breathing. I look around in the pale darkness of the moonlight.
Your wife to your left, sleep mask on, mouth agape, breathing heavy, a little bit of drool on her cheek.
I grab the blanket, wiping the sweat from my brow, going around the bed to enter into the bathroom. Flip on the light.
A little bit of condensation on the walls. The mirror stands clean.
I walk over to the toilet and I go to reach for the window, but instead I double over and retch, begin to throw up.
Wet splashes.
I feel haggard, breathing sort of shallow. And now I reach to close the window.
It thuds closed.
I turn to walk towards the mirror, look at myself, dark bags under my eyes, and my hand goes to my stomach.
Seems fine.
I slowly lift my own shirt to inspect the area, breathe a sigh of relief.
There is a single the mirror, the side corner, the tiniest of chinks. And I think we'll finish it here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was much of a survival though.
I really freaking enjoyed that, dude. That was awesome.
Was it? Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
I was
dude, that
thinking,
was
like,
great.
at one point I was like, I don't know if it's like survival, you know. I was trying to think like what would make it survival.
Mhm.
Yeah, we barely rolled anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think the roles that happened made sense. I feel like with the whole, Joe Everyday is the target thing, I thought that was like super cool. We could have leaned into that a little bit more. I think that would have definitely fit more of the survival aspect of it.
Mhm.
But honestly, I think the Dreamscape was just like perfect. I thought that was great.
That was my main thing. Like, I didn't want to make it feel too linear because then it would not be Dreamscape, you know.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I don't know. It felt more like suspense than survival at the
yeah,
end of the day, you know.
yeah. Which, I mean, there are elements. There is a bit of crossover there with that.
Mhm.
Ideally, a good survival game will have those moments of suspense. But man, I think it
Kind of
would have been
like.
cool.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. Oh, sorry,
Well, I
I
mean,
interrupted.
no, you're good. To I love how it I love how it spanned out. I do think that the Office Space kind of thing would have really leaned more towards the survival aspect.
Mhm.
Um, that was cool. That was super cool. And I mean, there were moments of survival where I'm like, you know, of course, there's survival in the aspect of preserving one's life, but
Mhm.
there's also like survival in the aspect of preserving one's memory with the thing at the end, where
Mhm.
some other man is cooking dinner with my wife, that sort of thing.
Yeah. The ultimate horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy that. Kind of a lore was forming there with the friend, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I was spitballing, like, I don't know, man, it's your
Yeah.
fault. Like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You know, but you
Well,
kind of.
I kind of took that and ran with it. I sort of treated it as like unresolved trauma that he was
Mhm.
dealing with. If it was like kind of the image I had in my head was like he was there, like his dad may have died or something in like a drunk driving accident, and he was in the
Mhm.
car, you know, and maybe he heard his mom yelling, "It's your fault," that sort of thing, or vice versa, like his mom died in a drunk driving
Mhm.
accident, and the dad. So like he's hearing his own voice, but it's a distorted voice because it's his dad's
Uh-huh.
voice or something like that.
Okay. At first, like, the way I put it in was like, because you mentioned, oh, maybe it's like his life is so boring, you know, like
Mm,
nothing ever happens. So I felt like maybe he feels guilt about not like doing anything
mm,
worthwhile
yeah,
in his life in a way.
yeah,
So like that creature is like kind of how he feels inside, you know, like he feels like a
yeah,
wretched
yeah.
abomination that. Um, but then you took into a different direction, which
Hmm.
made things fresh for me too, which was very
Sure,
cool.
yeah,
I liked it.
yeah, yeah. That was neat. That was a lot of fun, dude. That was like, man, that was great.
It's very interesting to with the dreamscape because
Hmm.
we could just shift the scene and, you know,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
That was very satisfying.
Hmm.
Like, oh, I want to get home and like in 2 steps you got home,
Yeah.
and it's fine, it was. I thought that it was very satisfying as a
Yeah.
GM.
What we also had the moment where it was like, oh yeah, you walk out the door that you came in on the whatever floor, and your car's there. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
um,
because I don't
but
know. I was trying to think,
it makes
I was trying to remember my dreams and the way, like, oh, and I need to go like X place. Like I remembered it in my dream, like I walked and then I was there.
mhm.
Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
kind of skip.
You yeah, you don't ever remember those in between moments. You're just at that next place.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great. That was a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
At first, I thought maybe the whole like town is empty and everyone is you, and like you basically have to
Mm,
fight with everyone else.
yeah.
But then he went into the mirror, and the whole wall was a mirror. Like, okay, this is interesting. Like, maybe something will happen here. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I loved the ending. That was really cool.
a cliche, anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But I mean
it could just be
that's
because like, I mean, the room was getting like cold, so it could be just chink because of the
yeah,
material expanding.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that was great. That was a
yeah,
really good time.
yeah, I just wish I had leaned more into the survival aspect. Because like I
Yeah.
was thinking like the office part was very survival, was like battle royale kind of deal, but
Yes.
there's only
Yeah.
one guy's head in the
Yeah.
display.
Mhm.
But then I think it'll turn into like action. I felt like it would veer too much away from the dreamlike sequence unless like
Mhm.
people start like doing like pulling like ray guns, like random like,
Sure. Yeah.
and I didn't want to have like such a clash.
Sure. Yeah, it's we could have gone the more battle royale sort of way where there's sort of the reluctance, like when I had him swing the
Fire.
fire extinguisher. I tried to relay that as a very, like, I wasn't thinking about it. It just happened.
Hmm. Like
Like it
instincts take
was
over.
yeah, yeah. And not even instincts. Like Joe probably wouldn't have done that, but it was just something in him that
I
said,
see.
you're being attacked, fix it
Yeah.
somehow.
It's interesting because in
Um
dreams, often you do things that when you wake up, like, I would never do that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
uh,
Yeah. But yeah, I think it
so
was
yeah.
cool. I loved the sort of the subtext that we had going through a lot of it. The creature, I love how you brought back the creature that was chasing after
Mm,
me. That was cool. I thought that was great.
the Chekhov's gun in real
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. There were some moments there where I was trying to. I didn't want to just outright say, I realize I'm having a dream. I want to wake up.
Uh-huh.
I when I was like closing my eyes and opening them back up, that was me sort of like trying to rationalize, because for myself, whenever I have, like, if I have a bad dream, um, there's this moment where you realize it's a bad dream and you go, oh,
Mhm.
it's a dream, okay, and then like you try to wake yourself up, and
Uh-huh.
there's that moment. It's like you close your eyes and you have that,
You
like,
try to feel,
yeah.
yeah, it's very.
For me, it feels like you're trying to do a sit up almost. You get this
Yeah.
rise in your chest, and then your eyes pop up. Your eyes pop open. And I've had a moment in my life where it was such a rough experience that I tried to do that in real life. You
Oh.
try to, like, you close your eyes and you're like, please let this be a dream. And you get that feeling of like, okay, I need to wake up now, and you're not waking up.
Mhm.
You're like, oh shoot, okay, well, let's deal with it. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
So
That's
so
great.
that was a good feeling. Like you really brought that home with everything.
Awesome.
I thought that was great. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. So, you have anything else to add? Anything else you'd like to say?
No, I think I shared what I had to share about it. Maybe I'll have something later. I'll post a comment on the video.
Sure.
The VOD.
A bit of a shorter one, but it felt.
I didn't want to
like
drag on too much because like the tension was ramping up so much. Like that needs to be like a climax and the relief. So
I thought we had a good resolution. I think that the way that it all worked out was perfect. Like it felt like a short film. It felt very. The pacing was really nice. So that was a good feeling. I feel like this will be one that I'll go back to plenty of times to watch later on. Just because I had so much fun playing in it.
Awesome. It was very interesting to see how it took direction. But I think you're right. Dreamscape probably would work better as a one-on-one.
Mm-hmm. It
because
would
it's
be
your
fun.
reality.
Right, yeah. And you could even get into like, you could get more into the sort of Jumanji stuff where it's multiple people in the same.
Oh yeah,
they're experiencing the same strange stuff. But I think the one-on-one really let it shine. That it felt really good to play in. So yeah, buddy. Where is this? Cool. So I will get this pulled up here. Of course, in classic, as is tradition. Oh, Conway hopping in at the tail end. Didn't get to watch, but I'll check out later. Conway, you got to check this one out. It was
Don't watch before sleeping.
Yeah.
It's spooky.
Yes, super spooky. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. Cool. So yes, as is. Okay, so we rolled. You can see down here, Conway. We rolled Survival Dreamscape, and it was a blast. Super spooky, scary skeletons. A lot of fun was had by all, and I think it wrapped up like really nicely. Like it is maybe a bit cliche, but like cliche works in this.
Yeah, it was like quite a few moments. I think you can do like a cliche bingo.
Yeah. It kind of fits the aspect. Cool. So, Dreamscape, going the way of the dinosaur. Mr. Camargo, what would you like to replace it with?
Let me see one by one here. Got started in Sandal, Stone Age. There's an aquatic. I was thinking about like a sub-aquatic one, but I think aquatic covers, so I will not go with that. It's too redundant. Kind of the same thing. Got cyberpunk, modern fantasy, future fantasy, medieval, western, zombie, sci-fi, wilderness, and you got the two cheat ones, right? 20 and go again with the kid.
Thank you, Zonalar, for the anime one.
Yeah, you know what? I think we can. Oh,
I was so worried we were going to roll that one because I don't watch any anime.
Okay, I mean, it's bound to happen, right?
Yeah.
But hopefully there'll be more people. I have two ideas that I think are like strange enough that would really like force whoever's playing, it's probably running, to like be creative.
Sure.
One is like microbiology, maybe like you are like viruses or bacteria. It's like kind of like osmosis Jonas kind of deal. Like I don't know how to play that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like you are micro life.
Yeah.
Either that or Sword Fantasy, Planeted Fantasy, Sword and Planet. Like kind of like He-Man. You got the ray guns with swords.
Okay. Yeah.
Mayonnaise.
You could. I would just call that like pulp fantasy.
Yeah, but I think we could go with like microbes.
Yeah.
Is there a name for that? I don't think there is, right?
What was the anime?
Cells at work.
Cells at work. Yeah.
But the thing is, cells at work, something like that. So maybe we can word it as micro.
Yeah, like microbes.
Sorry, I had to answer here.
You're
Yeah,
good.
you can delete or pulp fantasy and write like microbe, like world or something like that, like micro world. I mean, you'll understand. You'll be there to explain what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
You know. Yeah, maybe like you're like viruses
Or
trying to get into a body, or you are, I don't know, microorganisms. That'll be the ultimate
something like
challenge.
that.
You're barely playing an animal at this point.
Yeah.
Uh, I also thought about like intelligent animals, like, oh, you're the fox, you're the
Oh yeah.
snake, but
Like
I think this is weird
anthropomorphic.
enough. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
keep it this one.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be
Gonna
cool.
be a
That will be
gonna be a doozy too.
because I feel like with that the tone would really get to shine in that.
Yeah,
Just because there is, because sure it's evocative, microorganisms. That's kind of a mind bender there,
yeah,
but it's vague enough that the tone would really get to shine. I think
yeah.
that's a cool that's a cool
You
twist.
could do a survival just fine.
Yeah. Oh, like you're
Basically, have titans trying to eat you, all the time.
yeah, like you're fighting against white blood cells or something.
Exactly.
And we
Yeah,
could
heroic. You are
yeah.
the white
Ooh.
blood cell.
Yeah, yeah.
You got some options there.
Mundane. You're just like you're
Well,
penicillin. Just
yeah, just some like blood cell getting oxygen to one point. It's just a
honestly,
death training
so
game.
there are so many different ways you could take it. It could like dark is like you're in a
Cancer.
sick like you're in a sick body trying to fight back against this infection that's just wreaked havoc. Or
Yeah.
you're like the last surviving
Ebola.
vestige. Yeah, or like you're the last surviving vestige of a person's immune system,
Mhm.
you know? And
Yeah, dramatic. You're
yeah.
in the brain fighting Alzheimer's. Like
Oh,
your world is being
dude,
like
dude!
rifled into the
Oh my
void.
gosh,
You know.
that would be so freaking
Yeah.
cool. That is going to be an interesting one. If we can, I mean, I guess it's really wouldn't matter because, but I think with the right group, like that would just be fun to play as, just in
Mhm.
general. Like not even in an NPC, it would be so cool to just play in general. But yeah,
There you go.
cool.
My contribution.
Yeah, it is a good one. It is a good one. Cool. Well, that is a success in my book. Thank you all so much for hanging out and watching. We had a couple people pop in. Only Conway here popped in at the end to
Last
talk to
minute.
us. But
Yeah.
yeah, but for folks who are watching at home, thank you all so much. And for those who are watching after the fact, as always, thank you all for popping in and checking out this little old channel. Please go check out Nicolas's channel. He does a lot of
In
good work
Portuguese,
for
most.
for the Portuguese speaking people. One of the funniest things I've probably heard about the Portuguese language is that it sounds like a Russian person trying to speak Spanish.
I've heard that before, and and it's weird because at first it's like no, but then I heard like
Yeah,
Russians, like,
yeah,
a lot of these sounds, these phonemes,
yeah,
they don't sound very different from Portuguese.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, go check out. I have I got Nicholas's channel linked in the description. Go subscribe to him. If you're familiar with the 4D space, then you've probably seen him plenty of times.
There, I post lots of actual plays in English too.
Mm,
So
yep, yep. What was the last big one you did was Lich's Dregs, right?
Lich's Drags, and yeah. There will be another one coming soon.
Yeah.
There will be the anime game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Impact Frame.
Yeah, Impact
Yeah.
Frame. Uh,
For someone who only knows anime from like Dragon Ball Z, with it being
you're
shonen
covered.
based, yeah, it'll be good.
Uh,
Also, Conway brought it up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pathfinder
I
game
did
with
not. I did not
Tyler.
post it on mine channel, but
Mhm.
I have a playlist with all the games I made, and I also wanted to just like whoever's watching this, you should try the Ultimate No Prep Challenge. Like you don't need to do it our way. You can do it your own way, but
Mhm.
it's very interesting to just sit down and like decide on the spot what to do and just kind of riff.
Yes. Yeah. I actually got to play in no prep with my fifth edition
Yeah.
group, and it was an absolute blast. We did it was modern fantasy. We didn't roll for like a tone or nothing. We just did the
Mhm.
setting, and I went ahead and ran it. But they were basically playing vampire hunters in the
Mhm.
town of Twin Peaks. Like I pretty much ripped Twin Peaks off for all the characters and the NPCs and stuff.
At first,
And
I thought you were gonna do like a Buffy Vampire Slayer thing.
it kind of went that direction because of course there was still out of character talk. They're not too
Mhm.
familiar with the 4D conventions.
But they're
But
getting there.
but yeah, I mean, I was very pleasantly surprised with the quality of their role play. Um, there was still some of the 5e-isms, insight checks, and things of that sort. But for
Mhm.
the most part, like a lot of the players were simply describing their character's actions, and that was great. I'm like, you know, giving big old thumbs up and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, it is definitely a good way to get your sword sharpened in role playing and gets your
And it's such
imagination going.
a palette cleanser too. Like
Hmm.
it kind of refreshes you from like because
Yeah.
even like most of my games are basically 10% prep if you
Mhm.
know,
Yep.
but just because I hate prepping, like I always hated it.
Yeah.
So all my games, like I just think about the game when I'm doing chores, and when I get to
Mhm.
play, I kind of go with the players. But
Yeah.
this it feels like just hanging out with your friends. You don't know what to do. You decide to do something on the spot. You kind of
Mhm.
rejuvenates you. It feels
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Totally recommend.
Definitely. Definitely for sure. Well, that'll do it for us. Like I said, go check out Nicholas's channel if you are of the Portuguese persuasion or English. He's got games in English too. Yeah, a bunch of new stuff coming on. I will soon, eventually, as soon as I get the printing, the proof of print, I will be doing a video about my game that I wrote, Chaos Ensues.
You're gonna play
So
that too.
it'll, yeah, we're gonna play that. That'll be a fun time. Really excited to get that into the hands of some cool people. Um, Conway, I feel it, buddy. Very lazy with prep. In my actual games, I do 99% improv. But yeah, that is all from us. Tune in next week. Soon enough, Adam will be back in the saddle, able to actually play again, which I am so looking forward to. Adam, we miss you, buddy. We are so looking forward to having you back. Um, it's been
The
fun,
mice are
kind of holding.
partying without you, man.
Yeah, yeah. We need the big boss back in the seat. But yeah, back in August, he should be good to go. So we're looking forward to getting him back. I don't know what that will mean as far as the timeline. I'm sure I don't know what Fridays look like for him. I've just been doing them on Fridays because they
Mhm.
work best for me because I don't got to work on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Conway, I will do that. I will totally do that. It is in the Discord. Um,
Yeah. I'll
you can
ping
just
you
look up.
there, Conway.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
play.
that'll
I'm gonna
work.
run it.
Yeah, yeah. Sweet. Cool. But yeah, that's all from us. Check us out next week. We will be here role playing as usual. Thank you all so much, and God bless.